What's up, guys? It's JZNES back again with another video. Today we're talking. Wait a second. We already reviewed this game. What are we talking about Ducktales for? Oh wait, we're not talking about this Ducktales. This ain't your older brother's Ducktales. This is Ducktales Remastered on the PS3 there. Where you guys been hiding this one from me, for? Like, everyone said this game fucking was not as good as the original, and it was, it's not good, it's bad, because it's not the original, blah, 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 blah. No, yeah, hey, low-key, the best one, right here. These games are okay, but this guy, right here, that's the best one. Finally, I kinda get the hype. Like, I like the original DuckTales game. I do. I think it's a classic NES game. I didn't grow up with it or anything, but not nostalgia blind. I think it's a fun, great game, you know? There's a lot of great ideas there. Now the sequel, it's okay, you know, it's whatever. They take some of those great ideas and expand upon them and tweak other ones, and it's a sequel, you know, it's a sequel. We talked about lots of sequels. Then they make this fucking remastered version, which is like essentially a remake of the first game, but also like almost its own game in a sense, because they've pretty much just expanded upon all of the levels of the first game to make like this ultra awesome version. So it's less of a remaster really, and more of a remake. But I guess DuckTales Remake didn't sound quite as good. So, they went with DuckTales Remaster there, which is, yeah, I mean, first of all, let's talk about the art style and whatnot. I mean, it looks like the show, but, like, better. You know, I've talked about DuckTales the show in my original one. I liked the show, or whatever. But, like, the art is, like, super crisp, and the backgrounds and everything, they look so good. Like, they kind of reminded me of like what the original game could have looked like, you know, and I think that's the vibe they were going for sure. I fucking hate to say it. I mean, I don't hate to say it at all, but like, dare I say, like, I was getting Tomba vibes off of this shit, off of this art style. And I'm like, goddamn, if they released Tomba Remastered or whatever, I'd fucking buy the shit out of that. And, you know, Fujiwara there worked on both of those, so I mean, not this one specifically, but he worked on the original DuckTales game there. So yeah, but like the art style is just so good, and it captures the aesthetic of the show so well, and just like takes it to a whole nother level. The animation looks super nice. You get all the characters from the show, and there's much more of an insistence on the story here, which is another major criticism of the game. Oh, the story, it's so overbearing, and it sucks. Blah, blah, blah. I liked it. I enjoyed the story. I know it kind of interrupts the gameplay a lot, but like, I thought that was a like better experience overall than the NES game. I know the NES game wouldn't necessarily do something like that, stop you every 5 seconds to do that, but I think between the two, story-wise, I definitely prefer this one. I mean, I think what they've expanded upon makes a lot of the things make sense, and it really keeps things moving, and it makes all the exploring you're doing, like, have a point, a purpose, you know, other than just finding treasure, you know? It's really cool. It gave me, like, the story gave me, like, Uncharted vibes. That's, like, the vibes I got. You know, it's that typical treasure hunter story where, hey, I'm gonna go on the quest for these treasures because I found this thing in a painting. Oh wait, my enemy, he's on my tail, and then you gotta team up with him by the end, and all that, blah blah blah, and you know, eventually you get the treasure in the end, kind of thing. So, yeah, you know, it felt like something like Uncharted or like National Treasure or something, so I'm like, yeah, I love this story, this is great. And it captures all the humor and the kind of the dialogue style of the original, show there, and of DuckTales in general. You gotta remember, DuckTales, the remake or whatever, the 2017 show I think it is, wasn't out yet, you know? And this game was probably a big contributor that this did so well to bringing that back, because you gotta remember, this is the game, spin-off game to to a TV series that hadn't been running since like early 2000s maybe, you know, in terms of like reruns and everything. You know, the series itself probably wasn't running since the 90s, but there's such nostalgia behind this, the NES game here, that they're like, okay, we're gonna remake this and put it into a game here. And originally there wasn't a physical copy, and then they did make a physical copy that didn't have a disc, which was stupid. Then they made a physical copy, which is nice. So that's great. I remember I picked this up for like 10 bucks. Totally worth it. Great game. You find it for 10 bucks, you grab that shit. It's fucking totally worth 10 bucks. I bet it's pretty cheap on the store too. Okay, so art style, out of the park. They knocked it out of the park. Dialogue, funny, you know, humor. They got all of that. They captured all of that. The Ducktales style, you know, the characters are all there. They all are voiced by the original people. That's amazing. The soundtrack. Let's talk about this shit. I'm hearing this Amazon theme. Incredible. Fucking, I hate to say it, almost better than the original. I would definitely say better than the original soundtrack. Now, I love the Moon theme. The Moon theme is one of my favorite fucking tunes of all time. Walking on the Moon. Great remix of that. If you haven't heard it, go look that up. I don't even know, like, it's kind of hard to, like, find. You have to, like, sift through. It's a very unpopular video for some reason. Super excellent version of that song. I used to fucking jam out to the Moon theme, just the regular version and that version, so hard in college. And that was, like, you know, a while ago. That was, like, geez, like, fucking 2013 or whatever. But right before the game came out, and then they fucking made this game, you know, and I didn't play it back then or whatever. It's totally new to me, all this. You know, I saw a lot of reviews about it back then. Oh, it's not as good as the original. The music's not as good. The story's not as good. Oh, the story's so intrusive. But it's not. It's like, the pacing is fine. And I actually, I'll talk about the level design here in a second. I want to talk about this music. The fucking Amazon theme is perfect. I love the original Amazon theme. It's super catchy. I love 8-bit music. But the way they've, like, remastered the music is so fucking good. The Amazon theme, they made the Mine theme and all the other themes, the Transylvania theme, they made them all, like, super memorable. They weren't, like, as memorable to me before, but, like, now the soundtrack is, like, perfect. And, of course, the Moon theme, I heard it before, you know. I heard this Moon theme before, and I'm like, oh, whatever. It's not as good as the original Moon theme there. Then when I was playing the level, that was definitely my favorite level, by the way. Fucking awesome level. That Moon theme, like, I almost had some tears going. Like, that's how, I'm not even nostalgic for this game. If anything, I'd be nostalgic for this game, playing it from, like, 2012 or something like that. But, no. I'm not even, like, I didn't even grow up with this shit. I didn't even grow up with the TV series. I'm, like, tearing up at this, this Moon theme. You know, of course, I have a big nostalgia for the Moon theme. But, like, it worked with the level and the graphics and everything just came together. The gameplay, it all came together to make that Moon level just, like, so perfect. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so good. This is emotional. I'm getting emotional right now, you know, this Moon level. Because of this Moon theme. At first, I was skeptical, you know, of course. You know, I've seen the HVGN video. He's like, really, you know, we're doing this kind of Moon theme and 2013 or whatever. I'm like, now that I've experienced that level, fuck that, man. Fuck all those criticisms. Like, I don't usually say that about the man. He's my favorite YouTuber, you know, or at least in contention for the favorite YouTuber there. That good old HVGN, Derek Alexander. He's my man. But, like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, this game is awesome. I get that you and everyone else grew up with this series, and you grew up with the original game and stuff. But this is mine, my DuckTales right here, you know. Am I that, like, fucking, I'm the new age guy? Yeah, of course, I guess. You know, if that's what that makes me, that's fine, you know. I only have every NES game and all these Game Boy games, and that makes me the new age guy. But if that's how it's gotta be, fuck it. Do it, man, because that game is so good. And I prefer it to these two. I'm not saying these two aren't good games, but this game is, like, leagues and bounds better than the original game here. Because they finally used all the potential from the original game to create something, like, really cool and really special. So, yeah, music top notch. Kicks it out of the park. um, let's talk about the levels. So the levels are all pretty much there in their original format, but they've kind of streamlined them a little bit, for lack of a better word, I suppose. Which I very much enjoy. And they gave you a map this time, which is so fucking excellent. I really love that. I really love this map. That way I never get lost. I always got lost in the original levels, like the mansion one and the Transylvania level and the mine level. I would always get lost in those ones. I could always find my way through the Himalaya level and the moon, and obviously the Amazon. I had that pretty down pat, but those other two levels just always confused me for some reason. I always would get turned around or whatever, trying to find everything and just trying to get. And I know that this game still has a lot of secrets, but I know it's kind of like a lot easier to find the secrets now. So it's like, okay, but a lot of the secrets from the original game, if not all of the secrets from the original game, are still here. So that's really nice. But it's less about like, I mean, it's still about exploration, but they've put objectives into the level now. Now, this was a big contention between people, but I think personally, this ties the story and the level together to kind of send you to these little points in the level to kind of get you to explore everything. I know it's a little hand-holdy. I know a lot of people aren't really that into that, but I liked that. I like... Sometimes I like a linear but explorative experience. They still let you explore, and it was still... You had objectives, and I like that. I don't always like just being thrown in and being like, oh, what do I do? You know, where do I go? I liked that there was objectives and waypoints if I wanted to go to them, but I also can explore the level. I like that. I think that's great, you know? Non-linearity, but also linearity all at once, and the map really helps let you feel that, and let you just... Let's that make it not, you know, so tough to like, where do I go, what do I do kind of thing, you know? So, definitely a big improvement there. I really enjoy that. I enjoy that they added the map. I enjoy the exploration of the levels, but they've also made them sort of have objectives and have a point, like I was saying, which all ties back into the story, which all ties into these, like, little adventures you're going on every time. The whole plot of the game is you're trying to find these 5 treasures, and that was the plot of the original game too, but they've like made up little stories about each of the treasure areas, and there's little scenarios that you go through. Back in the day, in the HVGN review, he said it's kind of like playing little mini episodes of the show, and I'm like, yeah, that's very much what it's like, and I definitely appreciate that. And it's some of the greatest adventures of the show, if we're gonna count that, you know, like, for sure. I really like playing. I like the kinetic feel of, you know, they have all the original moves, like the pogo cane, of course, that's iconic to this game. It works pretty well here, for the most part. I had a little trouble on the Dracula boss at the end. Also, lots of Castlevania vibes on that level, and yeah, so, and the music sounded very Castlevania-esque there, too, and there was a few moments that kind of just reminded me of Castlevania, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. And they changed the boss on the, I believe anyway, I don't remember there being, like, little alien dudes in the center of the earth, the minecart, or the mine level, or whatever, so they added a little storyline there. I don't remember what the original boss was like, but, I liked that boss too. All the boss fights are pretty good. Most of them are like the original boss fights, but they've changed them up a little bit to just have more going on with them, and I definitely appreciated that. I think I liked pretty much all the changes to that, so yeah. Sorry, now I'm getting caught up into the music. I'm like, this is great. I like this. Listen to this. This is great. So yeah, and then they, so each of the levels is still there. You got the Amazon, the Himalayas. Those are great. You know, the moon, obviously, that's probably my favorite level. like I said, Transylvania and the mine levels, they're good, but like, those aren't my favorites. But even though they weren't my favorites in the original game, I didn't really have that much of a problem with them here. I liked every level. I had fun with every level. There is the final level. There's even a tutorial level. I thought that was pretty cool. It doesn't feel like a tutorial level. It feels nice, but it's kind of like they're breaking in to your place there, and you just gotta go and stop the Beagle Boys, that is. It kind of kicks off the events of the game. I thought that was good. But there's also a final level where you go to this mountain, this like lava area, and you try to chase down Magical Dispel and Flint Gold. Is that his name? Flint Gold or something like that? Scrooge's nemesis guy. That level was okay. I mean, I didn't think it was terrible or anything. A lot of people were saying that's like the hardest level. I probably agree with that. The game was overall pretty fairly easy. Of course, I chose the easy mode, so that was probably part of it. Okay. My biggest thing, and this is why, to me, this is the definitive version. Like, one of the biggest selling points for me. Infinite lives. No continue system. No run out of lives. Your game's over kind of shit. Infinite lives. No, they're not even lives. You just die, you start from your checkpoint. That's great. Fucking fantastic. Live systems are antiquated. I've said it. I think I said it in the Boy and His Blob, Princess Blobette review, and a bunch of other reviews. Live systems, throw them out the window. This is great. This is what I like right here. You start over. There's not even any punishment, as far as I can tell, for dying. I mean, I know people will be like, oh, well, then it's not hard. But it's like, yeah, fuck you, though. I just want to have a good time with this game. I did. I had a really good time with it. That is huge. That is fucking massive. That's like, I wouldn't even have to emulate this game for that exact reason, you know? There's no point. You don't, there's no point. It's great. I love it. I love it. That's a great feature of this game. So fucking good. So, yeah. Bosses are good. Enemies, fun. Levels are cool. It all looks super good. Music's top notch. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is the final level here. They haven't even gotten to the moon theme yet. What the hell? Are they just saving it? I want to get to it before I end the review. Gotta get to that moon theme, right? Yeah. Overall, really, really liked the game. This is already the credits. Where's the moon theme? Oh, okay. Here we go. Now they're gonna do all of the... Wait, this is Oh yeah! You can go, in between levels, you can go jump in your money bin and you can see all the treasures that you got from the levels. That's pretty cool. Decent little thing. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? Who wouldn't want to, fans of the show, like, go in there and jump in and do all that with the treasures, yeah. See, where's that? Did we already pass it? Was I just not listening? I was just so invested in this, this thing here. No, it's literally not on here. What the fuck? That's the one theme that's not on here. The one I wanted to hear the most. Well, that's fucked up. So, yeah. Overall, Ducktales Remastered is pretty much the definitive Ducktales, as far as I'm concerned. They haven't made a game since, but I would love to see another game in that style. Here, we'll end with the nice old moon theme, the remastered version. Let's get all nostalgic. You know, it's a really great game, and just everything about it is great. I didn't struggle with barely anything. There wasn't anything that really, like, made me really frustrated, or there wasn't any really problems with the game, you know? I think that's great. I mean, it's nearly a flawless version of DuckTales, but It stands as the crown jewel, in a sense, of these DuckTales video games. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend it to anybody who doesn't know DuckTales. Just anybody. It's done by Way Forward. I forgot to mention that. The Shantae people. You know who makes Shantae? Everyone loves Shantae, right? That's a real big series now. I've only played the first one, but when I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the Shantae people. They made this game, of course. You know, like that makes a lot of sense. Like they make lots of great games. So yeah, they just knocked it out of the park with this one. Fucking so good, so fantastic. This is the moon theme. It's just, it just hits hard. It's so good. Wow. Yeah, that's a reflection of the whole game in general. Wow. So, I just think they fixed everything. They refined everything to a science, to a perfection. It's the perfect DuckTales game. So, that being said, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Because it's just really fantastic. There aren't really any problems. You probably say, like, ooh, why didn't you give it a 10 out of 10 then? I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to give it a 10 out of 10, like, but 9.5, that's pretty high. That's a pretty top-notch game for me, you know. Pretty incredible fucking game here. Let's see if I can find this the moon theme that I want to find that nobody ever talks about. But yeah, DuckTales, man. DuckTales. Oh yeah, and then they end the credits theme was the theme from the show, which is pretty cool. It was like a redone version of that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's see if it comes up when I type that in. No? Okay. Ah, here it is. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. Did I like this video yet? Yes, I did. Absolutely. Here it is. We'll go out on this. This is one of my favorites. I used to fucking jam the shit out to this back in the day. I love this song. Heck yeah. This is a great version of this. You get the idea. If you want to listen to the rest of this, DuckTales, Walking on the Moon, amazing, fucking excellent. Moon theme's awesome. This game's awesome. 9.5 out of 10. Until next time, JZNES saying keep it classic. Stick around for more reviews, underrated games, and I'll see you guys in the next one. JZ